Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. So who's the best? You go ahead and rank them. You take a look at these pictures, you can figure out who they are, although I put the names by the picture. So take time in your head, reckon stack who you think the number 1 through 3 is out of Haney, Davis, and Stevenson. Because things are going to get very interesting now that Stevenson has decided to bubble himself up to the lightweight division at 135. We know Devin Haney probably shouldn't be hanging around at 135 at all. If you look at Devin Haney when he melts down to 135, man, my boy looks like a skeleton. Not very healthy, not easy to get to that weight. Takes a lot of discipline and sacrifice, but Devin Haney does not, I've been saying this for a while, he does not look healthy on the day of the weigh-in. However, after the weigh-in, he rehydrates, back to business, gets in the ring, it always puts on a beyond amazing performance. But when you really look at this, right, for me, based on performance in the ring and what they've accomplished so far, right, and money made, right, so I have to go with, for me, based on accomplishments, okay, based on accomplishments, I'd have to go with Devin Haney as the top dog right now at 135. You got to go with it, man. Talk about money being made. I'm not really sure who's made more money out of Tank and Devin, but I almost want to say Devin Haney kind of outshines Gervonta Davis and Stevenson as far as accomplishments and as far as money made. Now, when you're talking about power, I don't think there's any argument that Tank Davis, when you rack and stack him, you got to put him at the top when it comes to power. Now, when it comes to ring IQ, this is a tough one. Because when you look at Stevenson and his ability to control distance, control range, he even has an off-rhythm jab that he throws off-rhythm. And it catches his opponents off guard, it stops them in their tracks, it blunts their offense. And then he gets them frustrated, and then it cripples their defense because they're not expecting it. So Stevenson, when it comes to IQ, awareness, Devin Haney has it too. Tank Davis has it too, but I'd have to get that to Stevenson, man. But they're so close when it comes to IQ, awareness, dominating opponents. There's only one category to where one of them really stands alone, and that's power, man. Gervonta Davis stands alone when it comes to power. When you look at what's going on at lightweight right now at 135 pounds, you've got Devin Haney, okay? For the WBO, Devin Haney. For the IBF, Devin Haney. For the WBC, Devin Haney. For the WBA, Devin Haney, the WBA Super Lightweight Champion, and then Gervonta Davis is the WBA World Lightweight Champion. So they got the Super Champion, and then they got the regular title. But Stevenson just moved up to 135. And this is why we're doing this rack and stack, because they should be able to mix it up now. Now, if they're going to mix it up, I don't know. But we know Tank Davis has 2 fights. Okay? He's got this fight in January, and then he's got the fight with against Hector Garcia. That is not an easy fight. I'm telling you, that's not an easy fight for Tank. Then he's going to be fighting Ryan Garcia. And when you look at that Ryan Garcia fight, Ryan Garcia has the advantages in all categories. Youth, reach. He's younger. He has more reach. And when you think of power, it's hard for me to say Tank has more power than Ryan. It's hard to say Ryan has more power than Tank. They both have power, okay? Speed. Some people want to get a speed edge to Ryan, but Tank has speed too. Chin, have to give that to Tank. But when you look at what's going on, right, with Shakir, who knows who he's going to fight? We know Pitbull Cruz just decided to jump ship. He didn't want to fight Pitbull Cruz. So really, when you look at it, Tank and Ryan Garcia, that fight was made, but he has to get through Hector Garcia, right? Those are big fights. Shakur Stevenson, I don't think he's going to get a big fight because of his IQ, his awareness, and what he can do. No one out there is going to want to fight him. So when you look at what's going on at 135, Lomachenko, him and Devin Haney supposed to be getting it on. That's a good fight, but Devin Haney, too young, too tall, height, reach, and youth, right? That's the same thing I was getting at Ryan Garcia's, height, reach, and youth. Lomachenko's good, but man, he's not going to beat Devin Haney. People keep saying, especially Paulie Malignaggi, Lomachenko is going to walk through Devin Haney. That's not going to happen. I think Devin Haney is going to be lopsided, and I think he's going to embarrass him. So Tank, we know what he's doing, but Shakur Stevenson, Ryan Garcia is busy. Isaac Cruz doesn't want to. So this is the number 1 through 4 ring rankings, right, when it comes to the weight division. You got Lomachenko, you got Tank Davis. Both of them are busy. Ryan Garcia, he's busy. Isaac Cruz does not want to fight Shakur Stevenson. Kambosos Jr., that may be the next fight for Shakur Stevenson, in case you guys haven't heard. That's the fight that they're looking to line up. Why in the world would they put Kambosos Jr. in there with Shakur Stevenson after him coming up with those back-to-back defeats, actually beatdowns against Devin Haney? I don't know. They must not love him because he has no business in the ring with Shakur Stevenson. Cepeda, we all know he don't want no more parts of Shakur Stevenson. Martin is supposed to be fighting Rivera. Martin's number 7, Rivera's number 8. That's a good fight. That could be fight of the year. I don't like that fight for either man. That's just one of those fights where it's a toss-up. Then you got an Argentinian fighter, Lemos, and then you got Jojo Diaz. Shakur Stevenson, I would like to see him, since he's just not coming up to 135, I would like to see him fight the number 10 ranked Jojo Diaz. That, I think, is a good fight for him. Come up there, get his feet wet. Jojo Diaz, going to press him, going to test him. But at the end of the day, Shakur Stevenson could probably get in here and have his way with most of these guys. The ones who I would be concerned about would be Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, and Tank Davis. Those are the ones I'd be concerned about for Shakur Stevenson. I'm not saying they beat him. I'm not saying he beats them. That's where it's very, very competitive. Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney is a fight I would like to see. We talk about their awareness, their technical ability. Those guys are defense wizards, right? Defensive wizards. And they have ways to neutralize opponents. They don't run around the ring. They can stand in the pocket. They can take half a step back. They can go out on angles. They just do everything right. Their timing, their ability to counter, especially catching and shooting in the pocket. And it's something that not a lot of fighters can do. Usyk does it. Lomachenko can do it. And you see Devin Haney doing it. You see Shakur Stevenson doing it. That's countering off the front foot. Coming forward and countering. Normally you see a guy sitting back waiting for you to get your shots off, and then they slip and counter. But when you're able to counter punch and counter off the front foot, especially counter punching off the front foot, that's not easy to do. And they're able to do it. So when it comes to the rack and stack here, my rack and stack, I got to have this based on right now. I got to make Devin Haney number 1, man. He's the man with all the marbles, man. People talking about he won't beat Tank. I don't know about that. The number 2, I had to say Gervonta Davis. And number 3, Shakur Stevenson. That's how I'd rack and stack them. Okay? And that's based on what they've accomplished, money made. Yeah, what they've accomplished and money made, man. And just overall skill set and everything. That's how I'd have to break it down. Now, what we're going to see happening here with time is Shakur Stevenson is going to start to get more challenging fights, bigger names, bigger opportunities, more title opportunities. Gervonta Davis seems like he broke a lot with Mayweather and Ellerby, and I don't disagree with what Mayweather and those guys were doing, putting them there against C/B level fighters and letting them make a gazillion dollars, because they say, you know what? Your family can't eat belts. You can't feed your children belts. It's all about making as much money as you can, preserving your health. They're right. But the problem is these young guys want legacy, right? Devin Haney, he's already established a sound legacy at his young age. What's his name? Shakur Stevenson. He's he's not there, but he's kind of on his way. Gervonta Davis, he's not there, but he's kind of on his way. So Shakur Stevenson and Davis, they have some work to do to get to attain what Devin Haney's already attained legacy-wise. But Devin still has more work to do, but the fact that he's undisputed and how young he is in the 4-belt era, that's huge, man. So when you look at these guys and what the future holds, I'm very, very excited. But next year in 2023, since we're getting Tank and Ryan Garcia, I'm curious to see what we're going to get after Devin Haney fights Lomachenko and with Shakur Stevenson after he fights Kambosos Jr., if that's the case. At the end of 2023, are we going to get two of these three to mix it up? I don't know. But they're calling each other out and they're talking. Another possible option, and I think is extremely viable at this time, is for these guys, especially Haney or Tank, because Tank's already done it, is to bubble up to 140 and take on like a Ramirez. I don't know about Zepeda, but even a Zepeda, Catterall, Matias, Barbosa Jr., Antoine Russell, Ergashev, Puello, Akhmedov. Josh Taylor, he's even an option. Teofimo Lopez. So these guys are definitely options for Tank and for Devin. Shakur just got to 135. I don't think he's just going to leapfrog 135 and try to go to 140 and bang with these guys. And then you got Brandon Lee out there who's making noise. So they have a lot of options. But if they don't want to fight each other, but I would hope that they have plans to sort things out and we can get at least two of these guys to fight each other next year. But who's the best? It just depends. Everyone has an opinion. Some people look strictly at power. They're going to go with Davis. Some people look strictly at their technical ability. They're going to say Shakur Stevenson edges Devin Haney out. Some people are going to look at technical ability, defense, awareness, everything. And Devin Haney probably has a little bit of all the attributes you want to see in a fighter. And it is what it is. But Tank can box too. He just doesn't do it unless he has to. Tank can box. He just has so much damn power. He'll sit down on that shot and look to get it off and just walk you down and get you out the ring. When you have power like that, you don't need to necessarily show that you can float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. That being said, leave your comments below. Who's the best in your opinion? Leave your ranking stack. Is it Haney, Tank, or Shakur? For me, I'd have to go Haney, then Tank, then Stevenson. That's just my breakdown. And I'm looking at a couple different things, not just off of a skill set, not just off awareness, not just off IQ, not just off defense, offense, not just money-making potential and accomplishment. I'm looking at this holistically. When I break it down like that, I got to make it Davis, Tank, then Shakur. And it is what it is. But that being said, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans. Leave your comments below. Support the channel. I'd appreciate it. And as always, I'm in the breeze.